these roads and up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good.
Well, welcome back, Village. You know, I've been missing y'all. I just love being here. And we have a very, very, very special episode lined up today, and I can't wait. But before we get into that, you know how we do. I just want to say that this is a great opportunity to go ahead and like and share. I want y'all to blow up the comments. We got a special treat today. I want to find out what kind of topics do you all want me to talk about? What things are you interested in? Because I have some things lined up. It's not like I have a lot of openings coming up or anything, but I want to be able to bring some stuff in that you all are interested in. So y'all let me know in the comments what you want, and I will get it for you. So, let me tell you a little bit about our guest. Her, I'm not even going to go with her bio because she's been here before, but let me tell you what I know about her. She's a mother. She's a wife. She has been on the red carpet. She is a woman of faith. She is what I call every woman. She is an author. She has met celebrities. She is in a celebrity family. She is very creative. She is lively, and she's my friend. And I'm going to bring her out. Her name is Shantae Gibson. Family, make her welcome. Make her welcome.
You make me sound so important. I'm like, oh my God.
You are important. You are important.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the intro.
No need to read your bio. You've been here before. You part of the village.
Right. I love your hair color.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You know what? It's so funny because when I dyed it blue, I felt like it should have always been blue.
That's your color then.
You know, yes. I'm feeling this. Down in my shanana.
Right.
Yeah. So I did not promote who your brother is because I just didn't know if the lawyers was going to come for me, and I didn't want nobody coming for me, but I felt like they would probably understand because of your last name. But tell us, who is your little brother?
My little brother is Tyrese Gibson, singer, actor, writer, label owner. He has a lot of roles. But yeah, Tyrese Gibson. World famous Tyrese Gibson.
World famous Tyrese Gibson. And so growing up in the house with a celebrity, let me just find out. When Tyrese was little, at what age was he like running around like with a cape on, like doing stuff? Like was he in plays and stuff?
He was very hyper for sure.
Right.
And the plays and things like that didn't start till like middle school.
Okay.
Honestly. Yeah, that's when he really got into it. He was like, "Mom, I want to get into this." I I'm tired of, not exploring and expressing what I feel. So he was like, Mom, I want to get into this and become an actor, and become, it was just so many things that led her to know that he was ready to like explore and get into acting and singing and things like that. But it did not start till middle school.
Okay. Okay. And so was he kind of like extra at home? Was he dramatic and always, doing stuff?
Oh, yeah. One of the things for sure was him and his friends, they would flip in the middle of the street.
Oh.
On mattresses.
Okay.
So that was one of his things that he loved to do. They would pile the mattresses like 5 or 6 mattresses high. And jump and catapult off of those.
Right.
So
they had their
that
own
was their
Olympics.
thing.
Yeah, they had the Hood Olympics.
Right. That was their thing. And just real hyper. He was very hyper.
Okay.
As a kid, very hyper. We didn't know what he was gonna do, but we knew he was gonna do something. You know what I mean?
Okay. So when I think about a lot of times when I look at children, especially when I know them when they're small, and when I watch them grow up, for me, I always try to think about what can I imagine who they're going to be when they get older, right? And so as the older sister, looking back then, did you imagine that he might make it, or did you just kind of figure, that's just Tyrese?
I just thought everybody thought he was bad. Everybody thought he was bad. We didn't know what he was going to be, but he definitely was a class clown. He loved to joke and, piss you off a lot of times. So that was him, class clown all the time. And look at him in the movies now. He's a class clown even in the movies, in the films. He's a, comedy relief all the time. In Transformers and all those movies, I'm like, that's exactly how he used to be when he was a kid.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, listen, in high school, that was me. And not just class clown, I was voted and won class clown in high school. So yes, the whole class voted, in my senior year, and I won. So I totally get that for sure. But so here we are, and so I'm trying to deep dive into when he was before you understood who he was. What are some of the memories that you think of, that really stick out when you growing up in the house with him, that stick out? Like take us into growing up in the house with Tyrese.
Pranks.
Okay, look, we want to know. We brought out tea. Don't hold back, Shantae. We brought out tea, girl. Come on.
He did a lot of pranks on us, like making us believe that there was someone off the streets in our house, and he would have stuff covered up and piled up on top of this, bed or whatever. So we're scared out of our minds.
Okay.
And thinking it's some homeless person off the street in our, house. Things like that. Just silly.
Right.
Just silly. He was very, very silly.
Right.
He definitely pulled a lot of pranks, throwing stuff, scaring us.
Right.
Things like that. Making my mom mad, just pissing us all off, just all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
it was never a dull moment in our home. Never.
And so to this day, like how is your relationship, with him now?
We're close. We're still close. when was the last time I talked to him? I talked to him around December. This is like March. This is May, right? Or about to be May. Yeah. I talked to him around December when he actually gave me an exclusive interview. So that was interesting. And everybody tripped out because they were like, wow, you guys seem to be real cool. I was like, what did you think?
Right.
What did you expect? I don't know what people expect or whatever, but we have the same type of relationship that a regular sister and brother have.
Right.
It's just the only thing is because he's world famous.
Yeah.
More people know him than the average, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So although we're, it's the same dynamic that I would think any sister and brother would have. But it's just, if I was to walk down the street with him, that is when you'll know that it's different, because every other person would know who he is because, of movies or things that he's been in. So that's the difference.
Okay. So when you tell me that he was a prankster and that he was bad and that he had the Hood Olympics with all the mattresses and stuff, right? And so how was he at school? Like, was he a good student? What did he think he was going to do? What did he tell you he was going to do? Did he think he was going to be a fireman or
a trash man? He wanted to be a trash man. That was the big thing he wanted to do.
Wow.
That was his career choice.
Okay.
He used to run up and down the street and help the trash man with the local, residents' trash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. And
so whether it was a trash man or whatever it was, he was going to be something. You know what I mean? Right. I knew that he was going to become something one day, because he was just determined to do something. You know what I mean? Now at school, what I admired about him is once he got a chance to get into a school with a music program, that is when everything opened up for him. He learned how to play piano. He took choir classes and things like that, which opened his singing up. And it was under the direction of Mr. Andrews of Locke High School. Okay. And that particular teacher ended up being instrumental on him getting his first commercial.
Oh.
Because
was that a Coke commercial?
Yes, National Coca-Cola commercial from many, many years ago. And he didn't have a ride to his audition, and his teacher took him. So although late, you know what I mean? Although late, he still made it.
That's right.
He was 3.5 hours late. And,
wow. That's late.
Right. They had packed up and everything, but because there was one lady left there waiting on her ride, destiny and timing and God and all of those things came together, and he was able to beg her to take out everything and allow him to audition. And she did. She did. And that is when he was able to audition. He got 3 callbacks. And he got his first national commercial after that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
when he was so now, I got the tea. So tell me a pet peeve of his when he was little. Tell me something about him that he did that when he was little. Now he done outgrown it now, but when he was little.
I don't remember a pet peeve. That's an interesting question. I don't quite remember that. It's been so many years. We're in our late 40s, so I don't quite remember what his pet peeves was. But I know that he did not like alcoholism and things like that because my mom was at one point alcoholic.
Okay.
So he would stay away from all of that stuff.
Okay.
No drugs, no alcohol, no touch nothing. He wouldn't touch it. And I think that's still that way to this day.
Awesome.
Yeah, because he just didn't want to go down the same path, if you know what I mean.
Trust me, I totally understand.
Yeah, so
I totally understand. And so was he the type to kind of, because see, like, look, my cousins, they used to sneak out the window and go hang out and stuff at night and do stuff or whatever. So was he good, or was he, what did he do when he was, at the house?
just cutting up. He got spankings. But he didn't do things like leave the house or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Just clowning in the house and making my mom mad, pissing her off, and So he got spankings, and he definitely would push the limit of her patience.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I remember. But overall, he was a good kid. Just determined to do something. You just knew he wanted to do something. And I want to shout out all my siblings today. I
was going to ask, do you have other siblings?
Yes, I have a sister that's older. She's older than me.
Okay.
And then I am the next, the second to the oldest.
Okay.
And then there's a brother under me. His name is Tyrone Gibson.
Okay.
And then Tyrese is my mom's baby.
Okay. Oh, so he the baby.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, that says a whole lot right there.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to ask you who was his partner in crime, but when you the baby, you don't need a partner in crime.
Well, sometimes him and my brother would get into a lot of stuff together.
Okay.
They're only about a year apart. So So they were close enough in age to do some damage together, if you know what I mean.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go.
Sometimes it was almost overwhelming for my mom because they were both hand in hand, cutting up.
The last two are boys. So I'm sure her hands were full.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow. Well, listen, this right here is phenomenal. And so I know that growing up in the house with him and then seeing how, he's, charted his path and done some things, it has inspired probably, everyone in your family for sure. The heights that he's gone to and probably opened doors for you all, right? Because I mean, we've talked and you've been on the red carpet.
Right. I just think that we all chose our own paths and things like that. Like my brother, he's a rapper and actor. He's done some movie projects. I'm talking about the other sibling, Tyrone Gibson. And then myself, I chose behind the scenes. I've always been in management. I've always, represented in media and things like that. I chose that path. I just think we all chose our own specific path. But one thing I will say is the things that he has accomplished definitely is a motivator for us. And what I mean by that is when you see him on the big screen, it's hard not to get excited and be like, okay, well, if we grew up in the same household together, I can make something happen because this is major, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it definitely, it always has been a motivator for me, to be able to look at that and be like, okay, work harder there are different levels or whatever, you know what I mean, that you can reach or accomplish. And you never just sit back and be like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of him.
We all are. So I didn't ask you, and I want to make sure I do. Where was it that you all grew up?
We grew up in Watts, California.
Okay.
Watts, California. Yes. Which is the inner city of LA.
Okay. Now, I don't know anything about Watts. I may have heard a little bit about it, but I think tell me what that's like.
It was hood. It was completely hood. A lot of drugs in that city, alcoholism. You saw a lot go on in the community. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't healthy. Teen pregnancy was around. We were exposed to a lot.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I kind of mentioned this earlier, dealing with the issue too of my mom's own personal alcoholism was something in itself as well.
Right.
And something that we had to face and deal with. She wasn't just drinking, she was alcoholic.
Okay.
That's different. So, you know, a lot of times there were a lot of embarrassing moments. You just never know what a typical day was going to be like.
Right.
And then we had also the surrounding of where we grew up, all the things that were happening in our community, neighborhood, you know, that kind of thing, the things we were exposed to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so growing up in that environment, and then you know, all of you coming out of that, and, you know, overcoming all of that, you know, is the word I need to say, is, you know, phenomenal.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it wasn't easy.
You know,
it wasn't easy.
It's you know, it's the power of, you know, prayer. That's what I'll say. It's the power of prayer. And so, you know, I am grateful to hear that it is possible, and to see someone that that is a survivor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm grateful that we made it out. And that's why I work so hard, is because, number one, we are a successful product of our community. Successful.
Yes.
And for me, it's important that I teach those that are coming behind me that you can make it through anything. And, you know, I'm a mother too, and your own children watch you as well. You're an example for them. So it's important for me that every single day that I'm making a difference in their lives, or a different example than what I was exposed to.
Right.
You know, you know better, so you do better, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Now, does Tyrese have children?
Yes, he has 2 little girls. One is a preteen, and that's Shayla. And then his little one, that his baby, she's about 2, I believe. The baby is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Oh yeah, he's a father of 2 girls.
Awesome. That's good news. That changes your life when you have some girls.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness. So that is phenomenal. So growing up in the house with a celebrity, we got Shantae Gibson with us today, Village. So I want to know, are there any questions, Village, that you want to know of Shantae? Y'all let me know, because we have her here and we want to know the business. Let me know. We are going to find out. Are there any? Let me see. Let me try to look in the chat and see. How did your life as a family change after Tyrese became a
Great
celebrity?
question. Great
And
question.
was the change overwhelming, or did that happen gradually?
That is a great question. Because of where we grew up, it was a bit difficult actually, and this is the part that I did not expect.
Okay.
When he got his first deal, his first record deal, and they knew he had money. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Some of the friends had their hand out.
Right.
And it was tough. He had to make a decision, like, you know, not to say he couldn't give them
because
anything.
he was still living in Watts.
He was still in the inner city.
Okay.
He had bought a home, but it was kind of like on the outskirts, but still within LA.
Still around the way. Okay.
Yeah. So that was difficult, and they were jumping over the gate, Tyrese, you know,
right.
things like that.
Right.
So it became a safety issue. It became an issue of, friends testing them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, now that you got money, you this and that, you're big headed. Right. They would say things like that, and it wasn't that. It was just he ended up getting his first
needed boundaries.
Yeah, record deal with RCA, and it was just but he lost a lot of friends at that point, or people that he never thought would test him like that or come at him crazy because of gaining success. Like,
unfortunately,
unfortunately. So that was a great question. That was one of the major unexpected changes that took place. And I would see him, and he was just so hurt that he had to begin to reevaluate his circle of people.
Yes.
The people that were around him, and say, okay, if this is how you're feeling, I can't continue to be around that or that negative energy, and I have to get rid of you.
Yeah. I can see how that would definitely change things and make him have to make a hard decision. Wow. Oh, yeah. That was definitely a good question, man. Well, Shantae, listen, I don't know how or why or what we gonna do to get you back. We gonna figure out something, right? But I saw your video the other day about you going to Half Price Books. And I listened to that. That was phenomenal, right? So that was a good thing. We ain't gonna get into it. I don't have time, but thank you so much for coming back. I love you, girl.
I love you too. Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
All righty, bye-bye. Village, you know we love Shantae. She is such a little ball of fun and just a survivor all the way around. I love her. So listen, we're coming back next week, and I have Jimmy Allen. Y'all remember him? Listen, he lit the chat up last time he was here. He's the love and relationship coach, and he's going to be talking about wounded conversations that we keep alive, look, in our mind, and how we need to start healing. Y'all need to come back next Sunday because it's going down. He set it off last time. So listen, just remember, silence creates distance and conversations with Kim builds the village. Bye-bye.